Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Finally. Mike, why are your eyes bloodshot red? You know why? You know why that is? Because I haven't slept in 3 years. At least. At least three. So here we are now, at least 2.5 years in the making, maybe three. I was thinking to myself before the show, when did I actually first connect with Ed Bear Jr.? And I don't know when it was, guys. I can't even remember that far back. Like, so much has happened in the past 3 years. Somehow we connected. Ed told me, "Hey, Mike, I heard you're the guy in sorcery. I was one of the top backers of the Kickstarter, so I've been super into sorcery from day zero, literally day T minus 2 years or so, I think, before the actual game came out. So here we are now. We've had alpha, we've had beta, we've had Arthurian Legends, and for the past 2.5 years at least, we have known that the Dragonlord Miniset is coming. And we have a box right here. This is the kit. And it's not just a regular kit, right? This is the Ed Beard Jr. Miniset kit. The kit that Ed has talked about. He purchased from the company 700 boxes of his own, in collaboration with the company, Dragonlord Miniset. It's his story, it's his characters, and it's a collaboration with the company to bring his artistic vision to life in collaboration with Eric Olofsson, the creator of this game, to tell the story of the Dragonlord. So really excited. I'd be remiss to not first open and talk about that and say thank you very much to Ed Beard Jr. It almost didn't happen. I would have just been a regular schmuck waiting until who knows when. I mean, I missed the Team Covenant sale. LGSs are scrambling. Who knows if or when this would have happened. So this right here, like I say, thank you very much. This is a gift from the personal collection of Mr. Ed Bear Jr. So he has actually not sold and delivered these just yet. He has, I think he's taken pre-sales, through his Patreon. I linked his Patreon link in my show comments or notes section, right? So you go to the Ed Bear Jr. Patreon. You can buy directly from him. He has those kits. What we're going to see today is one version of a two-tiered art card that comes with a kit. You can't just buy the box by itself. What it's going to be is a box that's numbered up to 700. I'm going to show you guys that. I have X of 100. I'll tell you what the number is in a minute and explain why the number is what it is. But it's going to be 700 copies numbered. So it'll show your number out of 700. And it's signed by Ed Bear Jr. You can opt to have him sign the cards inside. He can sign all of the non-foils and the foil. I saw it. Excuse me, guys. I'm always sick. I'm always coughing. I've been coughing for over 3 years as well. So I'm a sickly man. I don't know, man. Red eyes and coughing all the time. So Mr. Ed Beard Jr. is going to be signing these cards. You tell him, do you want them all signed? Do you want the foil signed or not signed? At Gen Con today, where this set debuted for the Gen Con folks to enjoy all day today, firsthand, in person. Some people, actually, I want to say maybe more often than not, people were indeed getting the foil signed, which is very interesting. You don't always see that. That's like the premium card. Each of these boxes is going to have all 13 of the Dragonlord cards that you need to play with in non-foil, and the one foil. So I did a video on this, just a day or two ago, where we don't know what the chase foil is. I believe I saw at least 2, maybe, Dragonlords pulled today in foil. And I want to say I might have saw the Kairos foil. I think a guy just posted that on the Sorcery Community Facebook group. His son actually, he was with Ed. It wasn't clear if Ed opened the box for him or if the kid opened the box, but there's a picture of the kid and Ed holding the foil of Kairos, the Archivist. So we have the Archivist over here. We got this big guy. So the funny thing is, like, when I got these prints from Ed, I don't know if the names were still in flux and if that's what we're going to find in the box or if that has since changed. But we got the Dragonlord's Lair. Ed has a funny thing here. Ed has a playmat here. He generously gave my Patreon supporters a discount code, and also the Sorcery Community Facebook group and the Collector Arthouse Discord. I published a discount code you guys can use. You go to Ed's website to buy this. I'm not selling it. I'm just passing along a discount code to help Ed out and help out, my Patreon supporters and the communities I've developed in the community group and the Discord. So there's a discount for a playmat. He had 150 he left at home, 150 he brought to Gen Con. So 300 total. Someone mentioned in the Sorcery Community Facebook group today that when they bought that mat today, there was one left after him. So apparently he sold 149 of those today, at least, confirmed, and there was one left. So those might be gone, the 150. And then I think before he even left, after we ran the coupon code and he sold to his Patreon supporters, he was already, I think, below 100 on the ones he left at home. So those are selling fast. You know, of course, he's going to print them again in the future, I believe, more copies, but it's going to take time. He's traveling a lot. He's at the Gen Con show through the weekend, and then I think he goes on the road. He's always doing these Ren fairs and whatnot. So thank you very much to Ed Bear Jr. for making this possible. He sent this to me from his personal collection as a gift because we've been super tight for the past few years, helping each other out, you know. I am a big advocate for the artists. I love the arts. I love supporting artists and building awareness for their great work. I love collecting. I love to collect art. As you can see, I got the original painting of the wyvern just chilling in the corner over there. I rotate them, you know, guys. The background's always changing. I rotate them out. We always have Z's up here for good luck. I think up there we have the Elvira Polakowska painting. A couple paintings by Severin Pino. They're going to be coming up later. But this is about Ed Bear Jr. Dragonlord Miniset today. From Gen Con is where the action is happening. We're going to go to the overhead cam and just make sure. Okay. All right. Here is the overhead cam, right? So we got these are underneath. We got the playmats this is not an official sorcery playmat. You see, there's no sorcery logo anywhere. There's a Severin Pino logo, Collector Arthouse logo, different variants in collaboration with Severin. So we use those often in the background. And we got the axe tool to break into this bad boy. And finally, here it is, the Dragonlord Miniset. And we're doing this live, guys. So if you're watching this back, I don't know what you were thinking. You missed the live action. How could you? How dare you? We got 28 people from what I can tell right now, although it multi-streams to the Collector Arthouse page. There's a page. It's different from my other groups on Facebook and stuff. So it streams to the page and it streams to my YouTube channel. A lot of you guys are on YouTube from what I can tell. So we see a lot of friendly names up in here. The Frednizer, Solar God. Looked like Lepton Soup was first. I was second. I declared it. We got Easy 5 Display. Philo Cards. What's up, man? Fab Rock, New York. Garen Call It. A lot of the Patreon guys are up in here. Drown the Cat. And then we have your avatar appears to be the Lugbog Cat, if I'm not mistaken, and your name is Drown the Cat. That's interesting. That's an interesting combination. Purple Squish is up in here. All right, guys. Unknown Firestarter. That looks like a new one. And Hex Dwarf. Purple Squish and Omega Zool. All right, guys. So happy for Ed. Well deserved, says Omega Zool. Yeah, absolutely. Big congratulations to Ed Bear Jr. on his magnum opus. He says, like, Mike, I'm going out with my magnum opus. And I'm like, Ed, what do you mean going out? What do you mean by that? You're not retiring on us, are you? Don't do that, man. Don't talk like that. It'd be a sad day when Ed Bear Jr. hangs it up, you know? But he's still got it, man. I mean, well, he's still got it, right? Like, it's not like the art skills atrophy unless, I don't know, maybe you lose hand-eye dexterity. People get upset about the dexterity cards in games. First observation, guys, we're seeing this zoomed in. This is a single-player playmat behind me. We have a single square grid size. These are, what, about 3.6 inches or so? So by relative comparison, I happen to have a tape measure here, coincidentally. I'm always like packing and shipping here. So the size of the box, you got about 6 inches by about 4 inches. Now, let's not have any weird thoughts while I'm measuring things here, okay? 6 by 4. It was actually a little smaller than I thought. When I saw this, I told Ed. So Eric hilariously called this, I think he called it hilariously retro or something like that. It does look like a 90s vibe, right? And when I saw it, it's got like this look at the logo signage for one. So Ed did this in collaboration with Eric. They kind of worked together to come up with this logo. It says Ed Bear Jr. Dragonlord. You know, really awesome, epic font. I love the color vibes, and then the sorcery contested realm. This is how you distinguish an official sorcery product from an unofficial, you know, not official. I mean, community made or artist made or whatever the case may be. You got the official logo, and then the collab logo for Ed Bear Jr. Amazing artwork on top. 6x4 is the size. We got to know width here. It's about 1.5 inches, and then there's like this lip here. We're gonna see what that's about in a minute. There's the dimensions. Fits nicely in your hand. If you have those man hands, those basketball catcher mitt hands, then it fits right in the hands naturally, right? I don't know. If you got these little baby hands, maybe not. Maybe you're bobbling it a little bit. So there it is. Logos on the side. The D for Dragonlord. Another logo. And then here it is, guys. So when you order from Ed Beard Jr., you're going to have your box signed, and then you're going to have it numbered. So he gives me the 100 out of 700. And the reason for that is he has high tier Patreon supporters. He's hooking up his Patreon supporters, right? That's how you order right now. Right now, it's the only way to order. Don't know if it's going to be open later. He'll decide that later. But for now, he's prioritizing Patreon supporters and by tier. And I think I don't want to get this wrong. You check with Ed, like how he's like prioritizing and sequencing. But he wanted to prioritize his Patreon members, so they're going to get the lower numbers, per the methodology that he's doing. And he gave me the 100, so 99 people ahead of this gift he gave to me from his personal collection are going to be happy and get, as advertised from Ed Beard Jr. All right. So what I think he did, and I asked him about this, but he was so busy getting for Gen Con, is I think he resealed this maybe potentially, because on the back, what do you notice? Here is the art card. We're going to see what this is, the special art card, right? So he got that within the seal, and then I believe the actual box is signed. So, yeah, smash that like button, peeps. Thank you very much, man. Please like and subscribe to the channel. This is super exciting for me, guys. I'm thrilled and honored to be a part of this. I didn't know if I would have any opportunity to be a part of this release. This is the only box that I own that I have, a gift from Ed. So thank you very much, Ed, for making me a part of the Dragonlord Miniset reveal. Would have been a sad day if I could not participate and had to wait a week and be late. I couldn't make it to Gen Con. It's really hard for a guy with a wife and 3 kids to travel a whole lot, So here is the box, guys. Let me slide away the art card off screen because I want to show that. I'll show that in a moment, all right? And first, I wanted to feature the box. You see, the lighting's pretty good. It's a beautiful looking box. So the signature is indeed, I took away the wrap. He signs right on the box, numbered right on the box. And it looks awesome with that silver pen. He's got a great signature. Ed Beard, then the junior with the circle wrap. This right here is an amazing artwork. This is one of the cards that's in the box. On the back, you get a preview of the 3 boxes, or the 3 cards here. These were cards that all 3 were revealed before the release. So these were cards we have already seen. Of course, prominently featuring the Dragonlord itself right up front. And it says, explore the draconic fantasy art of Ed Beard Jr. in this unique collaboration with Eric's Curiosa's Sorcery Contested Realm. Contains a full set of 13 game cards. Interesting terminology. And 1 premium foil card. It sure is premium, man. I've seen them on the Facebook group, the community group, and it looks incredible. Yes, the packaging is top notch. You're saying people are complaining about this, Shadow Cloud? I've not heard a single complaint about the box. Not a single one. This is an amazing box with great packaging. It's intentionally retro. This game is a throwback to 90s CCGs. And you see it right away, guys. Let's get this lighting on point, okay? So right away, it feels nice. It's a great, practical, nice size. And oh, by the way, at the Gen Con booth, at the Sorcery booth today, they had one of these in a bearish acrylic case. They had a Gothic Precon in a bearish acrylic case. So the bearish guys are looking into this. You guys know I'm friends with the Bearish brothers. Great guys that started that acrylic case company. They do not have the product available yet for mainstream, but they're working on it, guys. They're trying to get it worked out, trying to see if they can deliver that and make that available for all of us collectors. We're all going to want one sealed. Ideally, if we can get a copy, if we get 2 copies, you seal it up, the box sealed in a bearish acrylic case. You open it, and you also put one of these bad boys in an acrylic case because you want to keep the box, man. The box looks freaking amazing. Look at that. All right, so first things first, how do you get into this thing? Actually, before I do that, should I do the art card? Let's do the art card first. All right, so these art cards, to clarify, a lot of people are asking Ed, are these, Ed, your artist proof cards? Ed is indeed, he is getting artist proofs of the cards. So in sorcery, the artists get non-foil artist proofs, which are the regular art on the front, and then on the back, they're a blank back, right? And then the artist can sketch or paint on them, or they get a sign, or they get a sell as is. They do whatever they want with them, right? 25 copies per card. Ed will get 25 copies, to my knowledge, of all 13 of these cards. However, this in his kit is not one of those artist proof cards. This is a, guys, like in the 90s and then throughout time, I guess since then, it kind of fizzled out and faded away to my knowledge. But this was big in the 90s. People would make art cards. So artists, some people think these TCG artists, all they do is TCGs. Very often not the case. Very much not the case for Ed Bear Jr. He did Magic the Gathering in the early days. He had the legendary Elder Dragons, from Legends. He did Shadow Fist. He did a Camelot Legends. I have it up on the shelf over there. He did all kinds of TCGs in the 90s, right? But then he did other things in his career. A lot of artists do all kinds of things. They commission, they do book covers, they do TCGs, they do personal pieces. Ed does, like, he put his arts on like everything. You can go to pop culture stores and things like that. There's pictures of Jack Black, the celebrity and musician, comedian, like everything, I guess. the Jack Black of all trades. He has pictures of him like performing on stage singing, wearing T-shirts with Ed Bear Jr.'s art on front. That's how big and iconic Ed is. And he was telling me all about this. He's like, yeah, there's been guys in Spielberg movies wearing my art on their shirts and stuff. I was like, dude, that's wild, man. Your art is everywhere. So he did these art cards like back in the day. So what he did was he did I think it was in, did you say 2018, 2019 time frame roughly? I think that's what he said. He did this art series, and he did like print run proofs of those, right? So he did 200, and they had this art on the front. I think it's different art too. So you might not get this one in particular. I believe it's different art. Don't quote me on it, but it says Art of Ed Bear Jr. Series 1. These were the test print proofs. He had like 200 sets made, I believe. So 200 of each, and like some were sold off, Patreon supporters, various things, but he had a bunch of them left over, but he didn't have enough to like sell them as sets, right? So he had all these individual cards, and they're blank on the back because they're proofs. So he said, how about for my Dragonlord Miniset, to distinguish the 700 copies that he bought, he would sell his kit signed, serialized, numbered, right? And you get an art card. You either get a detailed ink sketch or a painted card for the top premium. And this one here is the detailed inked sketched card, inked or pencil sketched. So you have his signature here, dated year 2025. This epic Dragon King from the Undead. It seems like very timely. I think he selected this one for me because it also has kind of like a gothic vibe. It's kind of interesting. It's almost got like a gothic Arthurian, esque type of vibe with the castle in the background. Of course, the undead Lich King kind of thing, right? So it's really epic. So this is one of the tiers. You can get a card like this, or you can go all out and get the full painted copy. And it's a unique one-of-one work of art. He's not going to do the same design for every card. They'll all be unique one-of-ones, essentially. So that's really awesome to own an original piece of artwork by Mr. Ed Bear Jr. So basically, these kits are like super rare. They're popping off. They're selling like hotcakes at Gen Con. The line was wrapped around the place at Gen Con today. Like absolutely insane. All day long. Like Ed messaged me after he got back from being at his booth all day. He was like, Mike, it was nonstop. I was signing feverishly. They had Simon from the company working the line. He was way down the line trying to keep everything orderly and organized. So the team's working their face off, doing a great job keeping things orderly, keeping it a positive, healthy experience. But people are lining up all day long buying this thing. There's videos on the Sorcery Community Facebook group. There's tons of pictures. Thank you guys all for sharing your experience at Gen Con with us. So it was absolutely nuts at Gen Con, and they were just selling these all day long. And I heard from some of the guys who were there, Lordovitz said in my Collector Arthouse Discord earlier today that it did not sell out today, right? So there's still some copies, but they were literally selling these all day long, People are lining up to get Ed and Jeff Menges autographs. Jeff was the other artist represented today at the booth, selling them all day long. We'll see if they last till tomorrow, but I don't know, man. If you guys are at Gen Con, if you're just showing up tomorrow, you better get there. You better get it. Be safe. Don't trample each other. All right, so there's the art card. Maybe I'll put the art card in the background chilling here. I usually have another guy, our guy Leo there. All right, so getting this thing open. How does this work? All right, so here we go. So it looks like there's a flap here. This is the front. This is the side. I did not watch any other videos today. I wanted to experience this thing wholly for myself and have an authentic opening experience. I was sharing pictures frantically on the Sorcerer Community Facebook group as people were sharing them in my Collector Art House Discord, so I could, get a wide audience, share with all you guys that haven't gotten one yet, so you can enjoy the arts and see it as soon as possible, like we were all chomping at the bit to. But as I was posting the Dragonlord ones, it was just straight copy paste, straight copy paste. I wasn't focusing in because I wanted to experience this authentically. All right, X tool is done. Will, you missed it, buddy. I already been through the X tool. This was wrapped. All right, so right now, the first thing you notice is this is a magnetic flip cover, right? And you hear that? Can you hear that? Listen to this. So it kind of suspends back down and it snaps back into place. So it's very secure. All right. And now let me get into it. Let's see how it's packaged up. All right. So you open the box. You got the Dragonlord D logo, who we saw on the side. And here is the pack of cards. Now, we'll notice one thing. All right. So it's nestled in there nicely, seated in there. They got these inserts so it doesn't really shake around in the box. Flip it over. Pack comes right out. And this pack, all right, so first interesting thing. First thing you see when you open it up, you discover the Dragonlord sitting right up front. It's not a sealed pack, right? So you don't have to get into a sealed pack. The presentation is very beautiful, very sleek and clean look. You open it up, first thing you see, the logo, and the Dragonlord strikes you right away. So the avatar on top, clear packaging, no sealed pack. It is sealed, but it's sealed in this cellophane wrap. This is interesting. All right. Ed Beard Jr.'s Dragonlord. Scan to find out more. Ed Beard Jr. Interesting. So I assume this would take you to Ed's website. And this is this little dragon guy that he painted on one of it. It's like an embellished remark on one of his Geekly prints, as I recall. Or is that actually, does that show up on Kairos? Oh, no, yeah. No, I'm mistaken, actually. This shows up at the bottom of, you guys can't see it. It's under my logo. But at the bottom of Kairos the Archivist, you have this little guy who shows up in the image. And we'll see that on the cards because they're extremely, extremely intricate. No one paints like this for TCGs, guys. With the insane amount of detail, it's literally not economical to do so. And that's what makes this set so beautiful, right? So normally when an artist is commissioned for a piece, they have deadlines. They only have so much time to get the work done. And they're often commissioned to do several pieces, right? So you cannot take the time to do this insane level of detail. That's why you think of any TCG that's out there right now that's traditionally hand painted. For one, there's not many that exist. For two, they are never this detailed. And wait till you see the other cards too. And especially the Kairos. It took him months to do some of these paintings. And we saw it live in his Patreon. You could join his Patreon. You could see art. You could see Ed doing work in his Patreon all the time. A live painting, live commentary. He's a great entertainer, a lot of fun, a really fun guy to hang out with. His daughter, Destiny's awesome. His wife, his son, Dustin. I mean, the whole family's got off the charts charisma. They're wild entertainers, and they're a lot of fun. And Destiny does all the music. She did theme music for each of these cards. Great family, very tight. All right, so how am I going to get into this? How are people getting into this, guys, without defacing the cards? Because now I'm a little flummoxed here. So as I see, there's no, and I got to be careful too, because I got a lot of my Patreon supporters are going to be sending me their packs, and I'm going to have a marathon opening on the channel, right? So we're going to get into a bunch of these. So I don't know if I want to take an axe tool to these. How are people, tell me in the chat, how were people opening these earlier? Were they wrapped like this, or did Ed I don't think he resealed them, because he told me, Mike, I'm not going to open these and sign yours. He offered to sign them for me because that's what I want ultimately. But he's like, I'm not going to open it because the guys at Gen Con want it to be a surprise. They were going to film his first authentic opening of his own cards. Oh, knife the back card. You need a razor. Are people used in Exacto? All right, that's interesting. All right, so people are knifing this back card. What is this card, guys? I have not watched any of the videos. Is this just like a QR code insert? So you're telling me like everyone's going to be knifing the back card, and no one's going to have a PSA 10 of the barcode card? As someone was busting my chops, I was calling this a barcode. What else would you call such a thing? It's a barcode, is it not? What kind of code is it if not a barcode? It has a bar on it. All right, guys. So axe tool to the back is what you suggest? All right, so what did they do? Both sets were very tight and the cards may stick together. Really? All right, so look at that, guys. All right, so you run an axe tool along the back and it pulls the wrap right up. All right, so that's interesting. Now I have something to work with here and I just pull it right away. All right, so everyone that sends me a box from my Patreon, you are going to get axe tooled on the back here. I'm using my own cards as the guinea pigs. But what's going to happen here, guys? I asked my Patreon supporters, I was like, look, guys, I don't think I'm going to get a box from anybody to be able to showcase this. Ed surprised me at the last minute. He's like, Mike, I'm going to take care of you, man. I'm going to gift you one of my personal copies because I want you to help me promote my product. And I was like, of course, man. I love to help you out. We help each other out. We're great advocates for each other. And yeah, I'm very honored and humbled. And thank you very much to him. And also, by the way, big congrats to Eric, Simon, the rest of the team. Nick Reynolds, the co-creator. I heard Nick's at the Gen Con this week. A lot of people don't know who Nick Reynolds is. He's the co-creator that came up with the grid-based gameplay design. So huge congrats is owed. A debt of gratitude to Eric and him, the initial founders. Simon was the next employee that came on. Rafa, one of the first developers. I believe he's at Gen Con this weekend. So big shout out to all those guys for making this happen, making a great game, and all the volunteers too that man the booth, that freaking judge, like sacrifice their entire weekend working their faces off, judging, teaching people the game, man. That is next level dedication. All right, guys, so here we go. Let's see. Should we discard this back card? Let's have a look at what this actually is. I didn't know this was in there. Scan to find out more. Oh, this is very nice. All right, so I assume this one takes you to sorcerytcg.com. That's the official sorcery website. This is the sorcerer from Francesca Berald, so the iconic first like avatar really, and Severn's elemental avatars. And then you have from the bottom of Kairos, this little bugger with the magnifying glass, and this would take you to Ed Beard Jr.'s website. So that's great. You support the game, you promote the game, you promote the artist. I love that. That's beautiful. There's always a tribute to the artist. This one doesn't need to have an art card like the core sets, but you have this, which takes you right to Ed's website. So congrats to Eric or Simon or whoever thought to do that, and really help out the artist by sending all of us to their website. That's a great thing. I love that right out of the gate. And here we go. What's his name with the magnifying glass? It starts with a slew, ends with a fuss. That's the rumor there, Dan. All right, the Dragonlord himself is right on top. And all I assume is the foil in the back now, guys. Let me see. Let me peek. Hey-ho! Hey-ho! All right, I don't know. I might have spoiled it for myself. This is interesting now. All right. So we got the Dragonlord. All right, they do stick a bit. Now, we're going to find out, if you guys haven't seen any of the reveals yet, one thing I was curious about, the Dragonlord's Lair, that is the first in a series of Jiggly prints by Ed. Beautiful, beautiful print of that. And I didn't know if this would be the only Atlas site or not. We'll see. All right. There it is. Amazing. And what I was super curious about, I don't know if I should say, I don't want to give anything away, but I watched Ed paint this live in his Patreon, and the level of detail, this is a very large canvas. A lot of these paintings were very, very large, right? So while Ed was painting, he was talking to his patrons. He was like, guys, there's going to be this thing that I'm painting right now. You're going to see this when you buy my print. When you buy a full size, true to size print, Geekly or like a regular print or whatever the case may be, you're going to find these Easter eggs. You're going to find things that are going to stand out, and you're going to discover them for the first time. But when they get condensed to the size of a card, you will not even see that it's there. It's likely that it'll be so small that almost nobody will notice. And as I'm looking here, I'm remembering this little Easter egg of sorts. This thing that he painted in there was really fun because he was doing it. It is the other thing. Sometimes he takes like he asks like his patrons, like, what color do you think I should make this? What color do you think I should do that? And he's like, okay, let's try that. Right. Or like, what should I what would be like a fun Easter egg to paint in here? So it's like an interactive experience you get to really enjoy as he's doing his live work on his Patreon. But while he was doing this, there was something he painted in there, and he's like, when they compress it down to get to the necessary resolution to fit within that, you're not even going to see it. And usually you don't talk about stuff he does in his Patreon. We're trying to give you guys a little flavor. I'm not giving you any of like details. Everything he does in his Patreon is NDA, proprietary, in-house, kind of in the family type of stuff, right? But I'm trying to give you like a vibe or an essence of like what it's like to be part of the Ed Bear Jr. Patreon experience. So I know there are some Easter eggs in here. I won't say what they are. I don't want to give anything away. Maybe Ed will do some kind of promotion or something fun to see if people can figure it out. But look close, guys. Look close. Like a lot of artists do this. Look for the full art foils. See what might be under the boxes. All kinds of things. All right. So Dragonlord's Lair, the Celestis, and you guys can let me know in chat. Let the other people know in chat. When you open these packs, is it always the same sequence of cards? Always the same order? When I open the subsequent boxes, I'm going to be quicker. I'm just trying to like fully enjoy the experience right now. And I'm curious about that. This being our first box. All right, let's see, guys. Dan's giving away house secrets. All right, so the other thing I wanted to read here is there one thing I was very curious about, is there going to be flavor text on any of these, and what is the type line text going to say? So Dragonlord's Lair, a unique site where dragons first took flight. Okay, first took flight, all right? So here we're talking about, oh, hey, Ed, thanks for popping in, man. Great to see you. If I cross the line and say anything too sensitive or incorrect, you please correct me. All right. So Ed's saying it was a madhouse today at Gen Con. So Ed Bear Jr. is in the chat. When you guys are watching this back, you'll be able to see the chat back. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this button. And as you guys talk, oh, Pelly's showing up. He needs a recap. So now, like, if Ed or anyone says anything, you guys will see it under my face here with people chiming in the chat. So Ed Bear Jr. is in the house. Please ask him any questions you might want to know. So the Dragonlord Lair, what I was talking about, Ed, is like when your book comes out later, we're going to get the full story, the full lore. But I feel like this type line text is just like a little taste, you know, a little sweetener, just a little taste of the flavor of the immense depth we're going to discover when your book comes out. Maybe hopefully by the end of the year, I think is what you were saying might be possible. So hopefully it'll be our Christmas miracle of sorts, I guess is what I'll call it. You know, if it's not out by Thanksgiving, we'll give thanks afterwards. As long as it's out by Christmas, man, make it happen. All right, so now we got Celestis, and I'm going to butcher all the names. All these names are super complex, like some of them. Like it just rolls right off Ed's tongue because this was his baby for over a decade, you know. But I gotta hear him say it a few more times. All right, so the unique essence of a dragon spirit. All right, so this is the epic spirit dragon. Airborne Voidwalk. Tap the next dragon you cast to this location costs 0 this turn. All right. Oh, okay. Wow. This is this one. I think I remember Ed painting this one too in the Patreon. The Xerafin Conrule. He's gonna laugh at me later. He's like, Mike, you got like 2% of the names correct. A unique beast kindles the life of dragons. I almost like. I'm the art guy, guys. I'm the collector. I'm the art collector guy. I love the flavor of sorcery cards. I love the titles. I love the type line text. I love the flavor text. The mechanic, the game mechanic, I can never remember, right? So I almost gloss over it. I might, for efficiency and time, you guys can read it to yourself. I'm not going to read all the game mechanics, but I do want to focus on the type line because I'm interested in the story of the Dragonlord story. A unique beast kindles the life of dragons. All right. So again, feels like maybe the origin of the dragons. The sequence is kind of interesting. Makes me wonder. Good question for Ed. Does the sequence of discovering the cards and opening the pack and reading the type line text, does that mirror the narrative from origin of dragons to the proliferation of the Dragonlord lair, the Dragonlord story? That's something I don't know. Maybe I don't see. Yeah, they're kind of sticking, right? They do stick together a little bit. All right, that's interesting. All right, so those stuck. All right, Draco Corvus. I don't know that I saw this one yet. The Draco Corvus, a unique dragon returns souls to the cycle. Man, wow. And there's this guy over here. This is interesting, man. I got to get the stories. It looks like is there a body laying sideways here with maybe a helmet being kind of coming off of his head? It's obscured by the text box. I might have been tilted. I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a face and there's like a helmet coming off, right? Looks like one of those ancient warrior type of helms. So I think you got to see under the text box to really fully appreciate and understand the story behind the Draco Corvus. All right, here's the big one, guys. The Moon Song. So the Moon Song, and again, if Ed's still found, he can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he's told this story on my channel and others that the Moon Song is a piece that was licensed. It was used for the Dragonlord Miniset, but it was not like a new artwork painted specifically for sorcery. So this one, Ed's getting fired up. Sorry, Dan, the Frogman's getting fired up. I'm holding the wolf too long. So the Howling Wolves, howling at the moon. I remember the very first time I had Ed on the Collector Arthouse YouTube channel. Guys, go into the live archives. Ed has appeared on my channel probably more than any other, and certainly many other sorcery YouTuber, like content creator channel for sure, because he's been on several times. And the first time he came on, it was a longer episode where he gave us a full tour of his Dragonlord van, and he was walking around like a studio area. If I remember correctly, the Moon Song, I might be confusing it with Patreon or if it was in that video, but I remember him telling the story of Moon Song. We didn't know at all that it was going to be in the Dragonlord mini set, but it stuck out to me, and it's got like an amazing story behind it. So go back and watch that video. The story behind this is really cool. It's got some like real life historic cultural aspects to it, I'll say. All right, you got to hear that story of the Moon Song, and it's a great dragon and wolf howling at the moon together. Amazing. All right, so this was one. This was, as I recall, was this the very most recent reveal they did before the release of Dragonlord mini set? So the Talam Dreg. I don't know if I got that right. No, wait, did I read the Moon Song? The Moon Song said a unique dragon raised by wolves. Okay, so the dragon was raised by wolves. Interesting. All right, a dragon raised by wolves. The realms, all right, so now we're on the Talam Dreg. The realm's strength lies in this unique dragon. So they're all uniques, right? And it's interesting. Some of them I was noticing today, and I didn't catch on to this before, but some of them have this golden border, like we saw in Arthurian Legends, where they had the strength or defense symbol, and then it was like a gold palette, right? But then you look at some of these other ones, and it's more of like a throwback homage to Alpha and Beta. So I wonder if there's more story behind that, or if anyone's figured that out yet, if that varies, or if maybe I'm just an idiot and I'm not remembering that from Arthurian Legends, and it just has to do with the Earth Elemental. That's probably what it is. This guy's clearly an Earth element. You see it from the threshold symbols, and it sells. Oh, gold is dual element. All right, thanks, Sorcery Stories. Yeah, I forgot that. That was the change in Arthurian Legends. When you went to multicolored, you start getting the gold elements. All right, so that's interesting. Those are going to be more versatile, potentially, cards that can be used in multiple decks. So the realm's strength lies in this unique dragon. Thanks for, I had to phone a friend there. Thanks for bailing me out there, pals. Oh, Shrine of Dragonlord. All right, so we have the Shrine of Dragonlord. You got, again, obscured by my logo or my name here. I haven't figured out on StreamYard how to get rid of my name. It's interesting, but it's also annoying at times. So we have the Shrine of the Dragonlord is what we have over there in the corner. All right, real epic. This was the artwork that's on the cover of the box, the Shrine of the Dragonlord. First thing you see when you see this product on the shelf, right? Really awesome. A unique monument springs primordial powers. Wow. So he has the aspects of all the elements around it. It looks like various elemental dragons is my interpretation, representing the various elements. And again, guys, like I was saying at the top of the show, the detail in this artwork is unparalleled, right? Even within sorcery, it's not practical to dedicate this much time to do this much detail. So this mini set is a special, very, very special product to cherish. It's not always all about the gameplay. It's also all about the art. I mean, sorcery is art and gameplay, first and foremost, fundamentally. It's beautiful, amazing, state of the art, unmatched art project, and it's got amazing gameplay and it's super fun and flavorful, right? But you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna find art like this on like this level of insane detail in a core set unless it's like a licensed artwork because it's not practical time wise. There's deadlines. There's multiple pieces that the artists have to get done. Ed painted for 2 years to make this happen, so it's really wild, really over the top. It amazes me like all the artwork, the other pieces that are in the core set. The level of detail is always like super profound, even still, like under deadlines. I don't know how, like those Gilded Knights. I mean, how did Elvira even get that work done? I mean, it's absolutely insane. And some of them they have the lead time of a couple years, but I think this is the challenge with an annual release. I mean, if you want this level of beautiful precision detail and top of the line art, it takes time. It takes considerable time. Some people are confused about the prices. Like, Mike, these paintings are selling for the same as 30-year-old Magic the Gathering. Well, why do you think that is? I mean, artist time is valuable. If it takes that much time, it's that detailed, it's that intricate, it's that striking, it's that amazing to display. Of course, it's worth that much because the art intrinsically itself is worth that much. Doesn't matter that it's an indie new game. It's the quality, it's the value, it's the amazing. Speaking of detail of artwork, oh my god, Kairos the Archivist. All right, did I read? I did read the monument. So this one yields the 4 thresholds, the shrine. But when you go to Kairos the Archivist, a unique dragon automation turns back time. So this one I do want to read because I think this is a really interesting card. Genesis, archive the state of the realm. Wow. You archive the state of the realm, and in Deathrite, so Genesis is when it comes into play. You archive the state of the realm. Deathrite, when it dies off, return all archived cards to their recorded state, then banish Kairos. So do you guys appreciate the brilliance of the text here and the attention to detail of the verbiage, the word? Return all archived, he's the archivist, cards to their recorded state. What does an archivist do? They keep records, right? He's a record keeper. It's amazing, man. I feel like I don't want to disparage other games, but like, is this matched in other games? I mean, there's cute flavor text and stuff sometimes, but like the correlation of title to type line to flavor text, I haven't noticed flavor text just yet on any of these cards. So I gathered that they wanted to make this mechanically viable, right? So they're good cards, playable cards, but they're also minimalist. They didn't want to like waste space with flavor text, I presume. It was enough to give a title, the type line, and then the gameplay mechanic are synergistic with the illustration, of course, itself to tell Ed's story, to tell Eric's story in the context of gameplay, and really deliver that message and create a full, flavorful experience while preserving the aesthetic and keeping the full attention and precision to the art itself. Really well done by Eric. Sean, I think, is the other art director now on the design team. Beautiful job. Really nice. All right, guys. So getting into the next one. Cradle of Ethereum. I almost want to say Ethereum. Cradle of Ethereum. I have the cradle. The cradle's over here, guys. You see the cradle? The cradle's right there chilling. I have like half of these artworks I have the prints of. So I didn't see the cards yet. I didn't know the titles. I guess I kind of did it. Cradle. It says it had a different name on the print, and it says Dragon Egg. All right, so it seems like Eric tinkered with the name. I maybe went back and forth with Ed. The names changed, right? So on the prints, these came out. The art. What happened was the artwork was revealed, but the titles were not finalized. Remember at Sorcery Con when they came to our Sorcery Con event, the team and Eric and Simon were up on stage there with Ed. And I think at that time, as I recall, it was either Eric or Simon said that they were still making adjustments. Like Dragonlord was not quite ready for release yet, and they didn't know the release date at that time. But they said like we're making adjustments such as like card titles and things. Caveat: these are not necessarily the final titles. So here we are discovering the real titles: the Cradle of Ethereum, real epic. So a unique relic and hope of an ancient race. Wow. So what now I want to read what the card mechanic does. Anytime during your turn, you may look at your next spell. You may cast dragons from the top of your spell book here for 1 less. Okay. So this guy is birthing more dragons. Amazing flavor, amazing connection. By the way, is my microphone working? I forgot to do the sound check 45 minutes ago. Everything checking out? One time I was getting audio through my laptop and I had a microphone in my face the whole time and I sounded like a Mama Luke of the year, no one could hear anything. All right. You think out loud? All right, guys. Oh man. Antonitum, right? I'm getting used to it. I heard Ed say this like effortlessly every time. Oh, it's antonitum. Real epic, real like cool vibe. I was talking about this with Steve from Philosopher Cards. I appeared live on his show yesterday. Go check out Steve's channel. I think Steve did an opening too. I gotta go. I told Steve I'm gonna check it out later, man. I gotta have my own authentic experience here. So even though I was posting to the Facebook group, I was taking it from Collector Arthouse Discord to Sorcery Community Facebook group. I was doing that, and I was like keeping like one of my red eyes half blinded to it. I was like, squinting a little bit. I was like, I don't really want to look at it. I see some art. I'm not going to focus on titles. I'm not going to focus on type line or mechanic. I'm going to experience it with you guys as I'm opening. So you're getting a real deal here. A unique dragon leaves thunder in its wake. I really thought this opening would take like 20 minutes, but here we are 46 minutes later. It's like an alpha break. All right, guys. All right, this is getting interesting because I see an artwork that I hadn't seen yet. And I think I've scanning through the cards. I either saw the reveals of most of these and or I've seen them on Ed Beard Jr. t-shirts like this guy. I think this is another licensed work that I think maybe, this one, if I remember correctly, maybe this was a piece Ed had done prior and was not done specifically for sorcery. And then the Moon Song with the wolf, the dragon wolf, the proliferation of the gray wolves. A very interesting mechanic on that one. So the Ignis Rex, I think I have the Ignis Rex on the floor there right behind me. See him chilling. Got to get these prints, man. Even the ones that aren't the G-Cleaves, like the two that are on the shelf. And I'm sorry about the lighting. So it's an absolute disgrace, this lighting. I apologize. But these look amazing in person. They look like the original paintings. I gotta get some advice from Ed and others on like how to fix this lighting. I'm sorry. But they look immaculate in person. I posted myself out on my back deck when that came in, when Ed generously gave me that Dragonlord's Lair painting. I did it outside. Nice daylight. I showed Ed a picture. I was standing here and he's like, Mike, lighting's a little rough. He's like, take that outside in some natural light when you have a nice clear day. I was like, all right. So I did that. Looks infinitely better. Looks like the original painting itself. They're amazing. But the regular prints too are incredible. Like he brought those to, of course, I'd seen some in person. Some I still have the wrap on because, when you take it off the wrap, you want to get it framed up, It comes with that nice border, so it's kind of like already set, and you can just like buy a frame that fits it and retain that border, or you could change it out. You could do whatever you want. But I kept them in the wrap just to kind of keep it tight. So they look amazing. He brought them to Sorcery Con, and they look incredible quality. Really awesome. All right, so the Ignis Rex is a unique dragon of purifying flame. And we've seen this one. I won't dwell on that. This one is super interesting. We got a water card here. And I hadn't seen this before. I just saw this today for the first time. And then I guess I'm going to get to the foil next. We have one card left and we finally get to the foil. All right, so you have barcode card. You have the foil, and then you have the 13 cards. Foil is next. Confirmed by Purple Squish. Thank you, man. All right, so is it Vaten? I thought that was an L. I thought it was the Valm. It's the Vaten Draconis. Draconis. The Vaten Draconis. He's like a Viking guy, I guess. I don't know, man. I'm not very cultured. You'd think like a guy that's into art would have like a real rich like cultural like art history type thing. I just love it, man. I just love the art and I admire the talent. And I just love the vision, like the concept here. The lighting on this is so great. It's an underwater image, clearly, right? He's at the bottom of this water, but it's very clear. And there's this beam of light illuminating it. Looks very epic. So there's like this dragon, and then this kind of like ruins of some kind, right? This monument. It's like a lost treasure under the sea. It says unique dragon of worldly deluge. Submerge. All right, makes sense right away. At the end of your turn, you may submerge all minions and artifacts here. Okay, so you have submerged artifacts discovered underwater. Very interesting card. 7 to cast, 3 threshold, big body, 6 power. So another big body water card. Amazing artwork, man. I might have to get a print of that one too. Look at that. It's so pure and pristine. Can you guys even comprehend the level of talent it takes to create an essence of light like that and get the lighting light like that and the illumination? When Ed was painting these, he was using no reference models. It was all from his mind. It's his vision. He just sees it in his mind. He talked again, go to that first time appearance of Ed on my channel. He was talking about his creative process. And he was saying he's just like he's studied anatomy and he's just painted for so long, seen so many images, created so much art that it's just natural. He has this intrinsic ability to be so realistic and precise and have such a clear vision for what these pieces are going to be. It's really beautiful. So Centenario says Atlantean Fate vibe there. Yeah, the Atlantean Fate. It feels like a throwback. It's a coincidental correlation. I don't think Ed probably even knows what that card is, but it fits like thematically somehow within the sorcery realm, the world. Really amazing. All right. The foil, guys. The money card. The banger. The one you've all been waiting for 51 minutes and 27 seconds. It's the Dragonlord. It is the Dragonlord himself. Guys, it's the Dragonlord, the avatar. We all thought this would be the chase. Now I'm starting to wonder. I think it's maybe the second or third one I've seen today. This is the Dragonlord. Is this more common because everyone's going to want to play with the foil avatar? So let's not torture them and make that the epic chase? Is that what's happening here? I made a video yesterday. You got to go watch this live video yesterday. And I said, guys, what actually is the chase card? It seems logical that everyone's going to want the avatar and that's going to be the big money card, but maybe it's not. Maybe we assumed incorrect. It could literally be any of these 13 cards. So everyone's saying congrats, wow, banger. Let's give it a week or two, right? Let's find out. Are me and it? So everyone's saying like Itza got the same card when he did his opening today. Is that true? Is this the chase? Or is this the most common foil you can get? I don't know. I genuinely don't know because I could argue it either way. It could be the most coveted card because it's an avatar that I could sleeve and case this up and slab it or do whatever, put it in a top loader, and now it'll be a card I can play with, right? And it's the one everyone's going to want to play with because it's so epic looking and it's the namesake, right? It's the one that you see first on the pack. It was the first card we saw in non-foil. There it is in non-foil. I actually have it back. It's one of the premiumly featured G-Clays on my shelf. And there it is. Do you guys think this is the chase? Is this the most rare card? Is it the most rare card in the set? You think Shrine of Dragonlord could be the chase? I like the idea of that because, I mean, that is the face of it. That is the face of it in a way. And there it is in full art, guys. So here you go. Here's a special thing you might not see anywhere else. What I'm going to do now is go grab the G-Clay, try to get it under decent lighting so you guys can see it, and tell you a little story about that while that displays on the overhead. And actually, to do this right, I'm going to do a split screen. I can't move the bar because I'm a moron. I got my overhead cam hanging over from there. All right. So here is a G-Clay from Ed Bear Jr. produced, right? Produced and sold. Ed Bear Jr. That is the Dragonlord. We just pulled the foil. It says, so he signed it to Mike. Thanks. I don't read good, guys. I don't read much and I don't read good, but I try. I'm a tryhard. Thanks for all you do for hand-painted original art and artists. Proof. So it's a proof. All right? So it's like the first printed. The first print of this bad boy. The lighting is atrocious. I apologize. But there you have it, guys. All right, so there you got it. It comes ready to the frame. It's got a clip right on the back or on the side, it looks like. And I should have sleeved this bad boy up, but I'm just going to get fingerprints on it and damage it immediately. There you have the foil of the Dragonlord. And probably be appropriate to show you full art with full art. There it is, guys. Is it the chase or is it the most common card? I don't know. Look at her shine, though, guys. That is the one. That is a nice one to own. All right. I found the Easter egg on the G-Clay. It's a canvas, yeah. Canvas G-Clay. I found the Easter egg on the Dragonlord's lair. You guys got to go buy that print to get it. Don't cheat and look on his website and not pull the buy button trigger. Buy the freaking thing. Support Ed Beard Jr. Thank you so much, Ed Beard Jr., for hooking me up, man, and making me a part of this release. It wouldn't have happened otherwise. I would have been Mama Luke of the year, guys. I would have been waiting next week crying like a baby. I missed the Team Covenant sale. I was going to buy it. It happened in the middle of a work day. I didn't know it was going to happen that day. I was working. I wasn't strategically unemployed. If I was more strategically unemployed, I would have been prepared on any whim that Team Covenant decided to drop that release. But, I was the Mama Luke. I was working. I didn't know it was coming. And then, by the time I got out a few hours later, I got a million messages on my phone. Mike, it's out. What are you doing? Where are you? Why aren't you buying it? What are you doing? And it's done. It was gone, right? So it's hard to get. You got to go to events. Eric's Curiosa's team's going to have it. Apparently, my prediction is true. They're going to have a lot of it. My theory was whether they, by design, kept a lot or the distributors were not willing to carry a lot. Doesn't matter. Somehow, some way, it seems clear that Eric's Curiosa has a lot, or at least they had a lot for Gen Con, because the line was wrapped around the place all freaking day today, guys. People were buying this bad boy up all day long, and it's not sold out yet. So they got a lot there at Gen Con. Anecdotally, hopefully they still have a lot more to bring to the SCG cons. If you guys missed it at Gen Con, I'm going to try to go to Baltimore SCG Con. I think I could probably make that happen. I'd love to know which of you guys are going. Join the Collector Arthouse Discord. Join the Patreon if you want to support the channel and support artists in many ways. I do many collaborations with artists in many different ways. If you want to join the Sorcery community group and be part of a massive growing community, we just hit 5,200 members today, 5,200 members on Facebook in the Sorcery Contested Realm Community Facebook group. Really amazing. We're shooting for 6,000, and I'm going to host a massive giveaway when we hit 6,000. Huge. An alpha box break, several winners. I'm going to win alpha packs back to the OG, to the originals. I'm going to have all kinds of stuff, playmats, giveaways, these playmat collaborations that I do with the artists. We're going to have potentially an original painting. I'm going to do not a Sorcery original painting outside of Sorcery. I want to support the art industry at large. Find an artist that I think is cool, kind of has like a Sorcery type vibe, and give away a painting and try to support artists and support art advocacy with other people that love art like myself, like my Patreon supporters, like people on my platforms. But the platform, I want to emphasize, whether you join the Collector Arthouse Discord or the Sorcery community group, we embrace everybody. If you love to play the game, awesome. If you love art, amazing. That's awesome too. If you just like hanging out with cool people, chilling, talking about all kinds of wacky things, cracking jokes all day, this is a place to be, baby. The links in the video description. Collector Art has the link tree, all the platforms. I got like 10 platforms. It's that's why I'm blind in both eyes. I got 2 red eyes. You see them? Those aren't natural, healthy eyes. We're straight chilling. We're cool chilling boys. All right. We did it, guys. The first one we pulled is the Dragonlord avatar in foil, in full art, in foil, in full art. And I'm going to collaborate with the Patreon supporters. They're going to send me their boxes. We're going to open many more of these on the channel. We're going to have a great time discovering. We're going to find out. Is it the chase or is it the most common? We don't know. It's day one. Post on the Sorcerer community group, hashtag GenCon community, right? And you're going to be on the wheel of names for my big 6K giveaway. But more importantly, in the near term, we're going to find out as you're posting your foil hits, is this the common card or is this the chase card? Is Eric going to toy with us? Is he going to make the water boy the chase card? I don't know. Is he going to make one of these multicolor guys the water card? I kind of like the theory of the shrine being the chase card. It's hard to say, man. You would think it'd be the avatar. Maybe I'm just super lucky. I pulled 2 alpha philosopher stones on the channel. So much more, man. It's been a wild ride, a wild 3 years. Thank you guys for being a part of it. We've gone an hour. I think that's enough. I've hammered this enough. I milked it, man. This was the moment, years in the making. Congrats, Ed Bear Jr., his magnum opus, the pinnacle of his career. He's getting praised all day long at Gen Con, and he deserves every minute of it. And I hope you and Destiny are having a great time. Shout out to the team for working with Ed, for bringing Ed on after he's been out of TCGs for a long time, guys. They took a chance. They're like, we're going to give Ed free reign, man. We're going to let him paint for 2 freaking years, and it's going to be the greatest art project this world has ever seen. And that's exactly what it is. So thank you guys so much. Destiny Beard, Dragonlord soundtrack 13 songs will drop tomorrow early, 8 a.m. Eastern. Look up Destiny Beard on Bandcamp. Last and final shout out. Thank you guys. Have a great time at Destiny at Gen Con. Say hello to all our friends out there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned in the coming weeks. Hopefully starting next week, a lot more Dragonlord to be open on the channel. We'll go a little faster. We'll cut right to those foils. We'll talk about market dynamics. We'll talk about the sorcery ecosystem, whatever you guys want, be part of the chat. I'll pay more close attention to the chat. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Ed, for this opportunity. Take care, guys. I'll see you